Beef Stew gets just absolutely nailed in the face by LeBron James. Super nice of him. I don't know how anyone watches this and says it was an accident.
I love the city of Detroit for times like this.
Me too.
I mean, going through Twitter yesterday, reading some of the
Pistons Twitter is so good right now.
Oh my goodness! Like openly shaming LeBron in public, calling him the bitch. I mean, that warms my heart. I love that I live in a society and a city that will openly criticize a player that you are damned if you do and damned if you don't with. Like, God bless the city. LeBron is a bitch. I'm so proud of Pistons Twitter the last 72 hours. It's been great to watch.
It's been fun.
I mean, I couldn't be more happy.
Especially when these results came out in the punishment.
Well, I thought they got it wrong, but that's
definitely.
Let's tell everyone what it is first. Jeff, do you want to do it?
Yep. So LeBron James, we all know, 1 game suspension without pay, lost $284,000 in total,
Yep.
and Isaiah Stewart, 2 games without pay, which is probably going to total close to $1 million. It doesn't make sense, and that's kind of the thing we were talking about with the league and the inconsistency. Because let's just look at J.R. Smith. We all know and love J.R. Smith, right? Okay, look at what he did in the playoffs back in 2015 versus the Boston Celtics with LeBron on his team. Smacked Jay Crowder across the face. Similarly to what LeBron did to Isaiah Stewart, he was suspended 2 playoff games. And that's just, now we have a similar situation, obviously, with the best player, or at least the most marketable player in the NBA with LeBron. We knew they weren't going to keep him out very long. Actually, I saw Corey's tweet, and I agreed with it. I was shocked they actually suspended him through the game against the Knicks in Madison Square Garden. He is their prima donna, and he was able to get 1 game, which is absolutely ridiculous. Why would you suspend a man more games for I get the response, and don't get me wrong, the 2 games, I'm not going to argue too much on this Isaiah Stewart, but it's more so, why did LeBron get 1 game for almost enticing a fist fight almost? Like, if I get smacked across the face, doesn't matter who it is, they're going to at least respond in a violent way. I don't know about Isaiah Stewart, the guy walking away and constantly running back to have smoke with LeBron, but the fact of the matter is he started it. So why are you giving him 1 game compared to Isaiah Stewart's 2 games? I don't understand. And it must be because he didn't leave the court in a timely manner, but that's a fine. I mean, that's you're getting a guy more games for reacting to what happened to him. It's actually kind of despicable, and it's kind of laughable considering the fact what the league's done in the past. But I mean, are we surprised at him? Are you actually surprised? Like, this is how the league treats LeBron. I mean, we understand.
He's a first-time offender.
But I get it. But the fact of the matter, why? Look at the consistency in the history. I guess
there's no consistency. It's the NBA. All right?
True.
They freak out when their players openly criticize, or their GMs openly criticize China. And then they have a whole different narrative on other stuff, which we don't need to get into this morning. But the NBA is nothing but consistent at all. So, of course, they were going to protect LeBron. They gave him a game suspension. And they gave Isaiah Stewart 2. Why? 1-1, I thought, was more than fair.
Just punish them both equally.
I think equally. Isaiah Stewart, did he lose his cool? Absolutely. Did he charge multiple times at LeBron James? Absolutely. It was great. Having said that, it did not warrant more games than LeBron. That was not only an elbow, it was a closed fist reaction. It's not like he just, he was boxing out Jeff and his elbow grazed the eye of Isaiah Stewart. This was, I looked at you, I started an elbow motion, I closed my fist, and then I hit you in the lip and the eye with my fist. It doesn't.
Even if the guy doesn't have a history,
sense.
Like, to your point, I get he doesn't have a history, but equally suspend them both 1 game. Like, why do you? Oh, we'll give Isaiah one more game.
Been the more fair call, but whatever. I mean, this is the narrative that it's going to drive home. Isaiah Stewart now is going to have this narrative of he could be a dirty player, he could be an aggressive player, whatever the case may be. I don't care. Isaiah Stewart, my friend, great job. If I was in a position, I would pay your fine for you. God bless you.
And you know what's even more important? That we'll have them both back when we go to L.A. When we face them again in a couple games. I think it's like 4 or 5 games. So
I'm not looking forward to that. I'll tell you why. This isn't hockey, Jeff. If this was hockey,
clearly
the game on Sunday would be one of the most viewed games of the entire regular season. And unfortunately, you're not allowed to fight in the NBA.
No, you're not
anymore. So what's going to happen is there might be a hard foul or 2, but nothing serious, and The Lakers may sit LeBron. They may rest him.
That's what I was
But
thinking
knowing
too.
them, they want to protect his image. They don't want him to come off as soft. This is a hard guy, one of the best players in the league still, supposedly. So I'm sure they play him, but no, if it was hockey, I mean, I'm sure D-Mac can probably speak more to this, but
of course,
if it was hockey, you're getting a full 5-on-5 fight.
If it was hockey, you booked the fight. In NBA, at least you're like you said,
On the draw. The first draw of the game.
Yeah, no, Isaiah, if this was hockey, Beef Stew's jumping right off and wants that smoke. But the fact of the matter is, listen, we're going to get them both again. And I just want to see how LeBron acts when he plays against Beef Stew again. Because it's not just LeBron. I think the entire league now knows not to mess with Beef Stew. You can't do no dirty stuff. This guy is clearly, call him what you want, a maniac, whatever, but the guy's going to protect himself. And you know what? If LeBron had to do it and had to initiate it, guys around the league will know now too. So call him a dirty player, call him whatever you want, but I mean, what are you going to call Jokic, who just...
Jokic is a tough dude who just doesn't want to deal with any problems.
So people like to call him for pushing Markieff in the back. Isaiah just defended himself. I mean,
he didn't push him. He hit him. I'm okay with that.
What, Jokic?
Yeah, he hit him.
Well, yeah, like
I mean, that was he did it intentionally.
Yeah,
great,
it was.
Cool. I'm okay with that. Good.
So if you're okay with that,
you hit me hard. I thought it was a foul. I'm gonna come down the court and I'm gonna get you back. I'm sorry. You got a problem with it? Deal with it. I'm 7 feet. You're probably not gonna hit me. I mean, that's Jokic's mentality.
Yeah, true.
And then I saw a lot of people talk about, Isaiah Stewart had every opportunity to hit LeBron James if he wanted to. One, I mean, what are the odds he actually swings at LeBron, right?
That dude's banned for 25 games.
Granted, we all really would have love to see it. But he wasn't going to swing at LeBron. And let's remember, he just got elbowed and punched in the face. So last I checked, whenever somebody gets hit in the face by a, let's say, 6'6", 250-pound adult, that hurts. So what happens? You get up, you're still kind of like collecting your thoughts, what just happened, and then all you see is LeBron in front of you, hey, my bad. You're like, bro, what just happened? And then it like starts clicking in your head. Well, you hit me. And then he lost his shit.
You're right.
And then
you're right.
He loses. He loses. I don't care, Kennedy.
I know. Sorry,
enough.
J-Dog.
I say what I want.
He's
all right?
33, and this is how you treat
I'm paying
him.
to give my opinion and using my words
Justin,
and my set of
deserve a raise.
vocabulary. All right? Anybody doesn't like it, they can address it with me after the show. I don't care. I'm not changing how I talk. Anyways, back to the point. Isaiah Stewart was, I guess you can call for a brief moment in time, was concussed. I think that's fair to say. He was still like collecting his thoughts. What just happened? I just got hit pretty hard in the face. All I see is LeBron James in front of me telling me my bad. And I'm like, what? And then he loses his cool, rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think the people around him helped at all. I think they escalated it more than LeBron and Isaiah Stewart did. You saw everybody coming in as if they were fighting.
Yeah.
They had each other. They were locked up in arms, like talking. It wasn't a push, and then it's like, oh, God, we got to stop this. There was nothing that really justified what happened. And then you saw Russell Westbrook run in, and everybody started running in, making a scene of it. And then Isaiah Stewart got really pissed off.
Because then he realized he was bleeding, I think.
And then he
started dripping from his
blood.
face. Yeah.
And then he lost his cool, and everybody around him was losing his cool. So how is he getting suspended more than I just find it hilarious.
So basically, in that instance, Isaiah Stewart, the NBA is expecting him to get up, wipe the blood, and say, "It's okay, LeBron. You didn't mean to hit me." And then get off the court, and then everything's all situated. Like, that's just not how the league works. If anybody,
I think it was a dirty hit.
it definitely was dirty.
It was the definition of a dirty play.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, I know it's the golden boy. I don't care.
Doesn't have a history.
When you do something that was really dirty. And I wish I could sit up here on a Tuesday morning and say, LeBron, it was an accident, guys. We're overreacting. No, not at all. That was eye contact, close the fist, and I'm going at, like, that was so clear. And any LeBron slappy or just NBA fan that wants to defend it is absolutely hilarious.
They didn't watch the replay, clearly.
No, they just don't want to see it. I mean, this is why we have the problems we have in this country. You can tell somebody the sky is blue, but damn it, if it's green to them, it's green. So you're not changing their mind. But regardless,
You know what was great too at the end when that transpired? If you look in the crowd, I think Rip and Ben Wallace were there in the crowd, so they're probably sitting back just
Memories.
yeah.
PTSD.
Yeah, they're like
They're
thinking,
just like chilling
"Damn
in the
it."
stands, like, oh, I remember.
Waiting for the drink. They're
Yeah. I'm still disappointed in Alex Westphal. How he
Yeah,
still works here
Westy.
is beyond me.
like,
How are you at the game and you decide not to throw something at him? How?
We're
What
still
kind of
alive.
fan are you? Defend yourself.
Yeah, turn your
Come on.
mic on,
Yeah.
Alex.
We're waiting.
Big L, big
Defend
L.
yourself.
I mean,
I
I
would've
was
paid
on
your
the
bail. I
other
would've
side
paid for your
of
bail.
the stadium from LeBron, so I don't think I could have made the throw.
So
you could have hit him with a soft pretzel.
You could have taken off your shoe.
Yeah.
I still don't think I would have made it there. Sorry.
I don't know.
I should have done better.
Can we agree on this though? If LeBron got hit with the hand, he might
if
he
LeBron
might be in the
got hit,
hospital.
there would be a memo across the league.
He might be in the hospital.
Every NBA front office would have received a memo. Guys, that is LeBron James. It is unacceptable that any of your players ever do something like that. We suspended Draymond Green 2 games in the NBA Finals because he gave him a love tap in the
nut
it was
area.
a 1-game suspension, right? It wasn't
Yeah,
2, but regardless.
in the nut area.
This is if that was LeBron. Oh my goodness! You know, I'm hoping LeBron gets elbowed in the next few games. That way, I can see the league's reaction. Because whoever's gonna elbow LeBron is getting 5-10 games minimum, and it's gonna be so funny to watch.
No, LeBron would have been at Henry Ford if he would have got hit by Isaiah Stewart. He would have been checked in.
Carted off. You thought Paul Pierce was bad? LeBron would have been carted off, helicopter to the nearest hospital. It would have been a whole thing. But we got to go to break.